Welcome to fourth grade math. This is lesson 167. This is fraction review today, looking at pages 301 and 302. You also have a speed drill, and that is lesson 167. And you have 4 minutes for your speed drill today, so a little bit longer. Let's start with some flashcards. 10 times 8, 80, 5 times 5, 25, 5 times 10, 50, 12 times 6, 72, 7 times 4, 28, 6 times 11, 66, 7 times 6, 42, 12 times 3, 36, 10 times 8, 80. We're back at the beginning. All right, looks like we've got some division next, okay? 27 divided by 3, 9. 24 divided by 3, 8. 48 divided by 6, 8. 25 divided by 5, 5. 20 divided by 4. 48 divided by 4, 12. 21 divided by 3, 7. 12 divided by 4, 3. And we're back at the beginning. All right, very good. You can pause, go take that speed drill, and when you come back, we're going to take a look at your page. All right, I hope you did well with that speed drill. We're coming up to the very end. Keep pushing, keep doing your best. All right, so this is just a fraction review. So first we're just going to talk about how we could change a fraction to make it bigger, okay? So on your page, you've got the first one, 5/8. 5 over 8. It says equals 24 on the bottom, okay? So how do we figure out what the number on the top should be? Okay, 5 over 8 equals 24, okay? How do we get from 8 to 24? What do we multiply 8 by to get 24? Or we could say it this way, 24 divided by 8 is what? Okay, what times 8 is 24? 3, good job. So then we have to multiply the top by 3 because what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. What we do to one side, we have to do the other. This is a familiar phrase from me, I'm sure. 5 times 3 is what? 15. All right, very good. 15 is the number that goes on the top of that first one. So you can write that in. All right. On the next, you have reducing fractions, okay? So if you are given a fraction like 4 over 6, we reduce that by seeing what can go into both 4 and 6, right? We use our division. So 4 over 6, okay? We need a fraction, right? And we need it to be equivalent. We need it to be the same, but we need this fraction to be smaller because 4 over 6 is not the smallest it can go, right? Because they're both even. So let's try to take 2 into both of them. That's my first thing. Well, 4 and 6, my first thing is to say, okay, so can 4 go into 6? No, not evenly. So the next thing is to check, okay, are they both even? Let's try 2. If they're both odd or one is odd, check 3. Those are the first 2 numbers I like to check. All right, so 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2/3. I just gave you the next one, okay? Very good. All right. Changing a fraction. Maybe I should write these better. Changing an improper fraction to a mixed number or to a whole number, okay? Remember, we take our bottom number and we see how many times it can go into the top number. How many times can 7 go into 11? 1 time, right? Okay, only 1 time. When there's 1, you only have to, the next step is to just subtract 11 minus 7, okay? If it's 1. If it's higher than that, then you have to subtract. So if it was higher, if it was bigger than that, so it would say it was two times, you'd have to multiply 2 times 7 and subtract that from it. So be 14 minus, or subtract 14 from the top number. But for this one, we couldn't go into that many. So 11 minus 7 is 4. What is our bottom number for the fraction? 7, because we keep the denominator the same. So 1 4/7 is the answer to the next one in there, all right? How do we change it back? We looked at this yesterday. We'll do one of these too. Okay, if you have 3 2/9, and we want to change it to a mixed, or to an improper fraction, what is our process? What did we do yesterday? Multiply and then add, right? 9 times 3, 27, good job, plus 2, 29. What do we put it over? Our same number on the bottom, 9, 29 over 9. That is the A in number 4. Okay. So that should help you with the problems, with those sections of problems. Remember, with adding and subtracting your mixed numbers, you have to have the denominator the same, okay? And if you change it, like what we did on the top, and it's 24 on the bottom, you have to multiply by 5 by 3 to get 15. You don't just get 5 on the top, okay? We've got to make sure that we keep the fraction equivalent. They have to stay, it has to still be an equal fraction to what it started as, okay? So be sure to do that. And then multiplying, and use your canceling with multiplying when you can, all right? So what I want you to do is I'm going to let you know what we're doing. So on the very first page, we are doing all but the green problems. So you can cross out, just put a little mark through them. Doesn't have to be like blackout, but cross out the green ones, which is the last, is all of E in the first 4, and then B in 5, and D and H in 6, okay? So those you don't have to do. Turning it over, one of the divide and check, make sure you do both parts to it. And then one of the story problems in 8, 9, 2 of them. So either A or B, so one of the rectangle, and then do C. So you get to pick A or B, but then do C. Do 10 and 11, those are both just one problem each. And then in section 12, just pick 2 of them. All right, there isn't any homework listed on this, so just do as much of that. If you're struggling with some of these, you can do more of them, and that's fine too. And then tomorrow we look at decimal review, so there's lots with that. And so I will let you go, and we will see you in the next lesson.